Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio.
Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K. Hey Dave.
Well guys, we know Russell Westbrook is
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. And the starting group for the Spurs. Rudy Gay is out there with Bird. Then it's Walton. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Peyton in at the point. And for the Rockets, we've got Paul Millsap. He's out there with Carter. Russell Westbrook out there with Parrish. And it's Houston at the 2. And at one point, seems like ISO basketball was falling out of favor, Bill, but the Rockets have made a cornerstone of their success, that very thing.
True, for the regular season. And
right,
for
and
the
then it
early
changes,
rounds.
doesn't it?
Yeah, I do wonder if it's like the run and shoot with football, where it's this.
You don't trust it, maybe? You don't trust it?
Yeah, it's for the regular season. You're playing a team once. They don't have time to scout it for a bunch of weeks, but you know, when you get to the playoffs, you're playing the same team 7 times.
Scouting gets better.
Yeah, and players, you just played it 2 nights ago. You did play it against the same offense. You pick up little tricks, and I really wonder if you can win 4 straight rounds doing it.
Here's Bird. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And obviously, you know about the deep range, but Bird just as lethal, working the angles on the interior.
Here's Carter. The shot misses. Nice D from Bird. Peyton against Westbrook. Gay outside. A pass to Gay, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
And you can't fall asleep on Gay, even for a second. When you do, he's skies high there for the alley-oop.
Westbrook finds Carter inside. Great D that time from Walton. And Bill, over a quarter of today's NBA players.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Drills the three-pointer.
Gotta love seeing Houston get space there to shoot it from deep. He is one of the best from beyond the arc.
Peyton passes to Gay. Walton with the ball. Spurs working the ball around now. Bird kicks to Gay. Over Houston. And it's sent back by Carter.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Launches it. A rebound by the Spurs. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
And, you know, as you said, Greg, when you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
Shot clock at 3. And a deep 3 from Westbrook. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Bill, when it comes to opinions on Russell Westbrook's game, people have a lot of different points of view. What's your thought?
I mean, there's never been a more polarizing player in this generation than him. And I didn't think he was the MVP 2 years ago. I actually thought he was a little underrated last year. I voted for him for the second team All-NBA because he just plays hard every single night, and he's frustrating, and he's going to do 7 things in a game that you don't like, and he takes too many shots, and he's hard to play with. But the force of personality and the intensity he has night after night after night in this league where everybody's load management and picking their spots, like I really respect it. So I've come around a little bit. I think, I don't know how much longer it's going to last.
He's a warrior, isn't he? He just
like one of those football running backs.
Yes.
Oh, man. And that's what it's like to watch Westbrook.
That's a good comparison.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the Rockets. Kyle Lowry comes in for Russell Westbrook. Barton against DeRozan. Now here's here's Peyton. Not a lot of room. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And DeMar DeRozan, an all-star many times over, and yet some have poked holes in his games. Where do you stand on DeRozan?
He's tough. You know, can you win a title if he's your best player? No. Can you win a title if he's your second best player? Unclear. And he's had a lot of at-bats now. He's been in the playoffs a lot of years, and he's somebody that has just been a little more successful in the regular season than the playoffs. He's got to flip that.
There's the triple. No good on that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. 1:44 left in the first. Now here's DeRozan. Guarded closely. Now the dish to Millsap. Just 4 to shoot. And stolen by Peyton. And a fast break now for the Spurs. High arcing shot. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. To the middle. Here's Carter. And Walton sends it back.
And how about the anticipation and timing? You know, we talk about Walton's offense. How about the defense, though, he provides for this team?
Peyton passes to Walton. Excellent D there from Parrish.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Carter with the bucket.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And it goes down 2 points. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Isaac with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And the rejection by Parrish. Carter up top. He's covered by Isaac. Walton with the steal. Now here's Barton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Spurs lead by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the... And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a lot of
people ashamed to talk about it.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes, as public figures, can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
Lowry out there with DeRozan. Then there's Carter. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Plumlee in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Kyle Lowry, an all-star year after year, but Bill, his playoff performance historically a little bit more uneven.
And the best thing that happened was LeBron leaving the East. And then all of a sudden that narrative changes and he makes the finals and he had some moments. And I think there was a little turnaround for him in the Milwaukee Bucks series last year where there was a fearlessness that he was able to recapture and play with like he would in the regular season. There was a tentative nature to him sometimes in some of these playoff games. In that Bucks series, I felt like he found himself.
Plumlee with the steal. Lowry for 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
And the Rockets making a change here. Westbrook's checked in.
Well, this guy packs a nice skill set, Jonathan Isaac. A slender big man who has nice range and is a superb defender already.
Pass to Plumlee. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Count that one. Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it. I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of some of the NBA players now doing the same thing?
And we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, and we have Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. And you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just babble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like JJ is clearly going to go into media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good. Yes. So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, when I covered Gay when he was in college at UConn, he was an outstanding player in the Big East, and it was pretty clear he had a bright future in the NBA in front of him, too.
Rudy Gay hits them both. And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
so
see your
sneakers,
clothes. Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement deals? Where's our endorsement deal?
Well, if they don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right here.
I'm ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
That free throw, no good.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Well, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
And he's good on the second. They'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems and was just awesome, and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever.
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure, which is one of the reasons I wrote my book.
Now Peyton, 8 points for him. Mitchell outside. Passes it to Bird. 6 to shoot. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And in the painted area, Bird has a variety of moves, can take you either direction and finish with either hand. He's a nightmare to defend, and believe me, I woke up in sweats many a times dealing with that guy.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. You're much better off making him go to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Parrish, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Payton against Westbrook. Payton kicks to Mitchell. Bird left side. Fires the three. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. That's blocked by Bird. Gay passes to Payton. Tries from 16. That shot no good. Great D that time from Westbrook. To the right side. The shot. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Houston.
Much respect for the jumper of Houston. He knows exactly when to let it fly.
And always as enlightening as you're going to find. Bill, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate you joining us. I hope you come back.
I don't want to leave. Why do I have to go? Can I just stay here for the
I'm
rest
reading
of the
this
game?
note, and the note says,
No,
thank Bill.
Go. I'm not leaving.
Hope he comes back.
I'm staying.
Okay. And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
And the Spurs with some changes. Walton comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And Barton subbed in for Payton. 1:25 left to play here in the half. Back to Gay. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. Got to appreciate that stop.
It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Russell Westbrook.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
That ties it up. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Mitchell kicks to Gay on the wing. Bird. A 3 kept alive, and it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.